Then, when I see this, I see it as a different thing than a festival. We want to tell our story, okay? To tell our story, we need to share a little bit of who we are. That is the reason why, for me, it was important. Then we decide to put together a set that was not the typical top 100. I'm not saying, Jen, you guys play that, but you know, in general. We go to the top 100s, we download our favorite tracks, and we put something together. So on the 10 minutes before the set, I would like to have an interview with you and with each one of you. So we could talk about you artists as an identity, how you came together, and what is set and we are going to listen to represents for you. So that is how I did approach Mixcloud. We want to do something different. We don't want just play the music. We want to bring the artist in or the artists in. And I think we can record that through Zoom like we are doing now. Or you can do it alone. I think me talking with you is always more influence warrior.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's better as well because it's gonna be more interactive and
exactly
more how to say
exactly.
It will be like more truth, more real, let's say.
Yeah. So visual can be anything.
Okay.
I'm 100% okay with these visuals than I did. It took me a little while, but sorry, I have a parrot on my I was just enjoying. It took me a little while, but it can be, look, you can take parts of that because I think we play, I don't know exactly, but it should be not so far away from. Or you can go into, look, I found a lot of slow motion or things related with, and you can repeat, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Okay. But I don't know if there's a time until 12th of October to do something like this, because these days we're moving, as I said, to Amsterdam, and then it will be 10 days, like a difficult thing.
Basically, our schedule is that we're leaving on Tuesday, and then we don't have anything like a certain.
If you have a studio, you have a studio in Amsterdam, then you can rent to record.
But we can, yes, we can record it, but we need to see like the first few days. For example, we need to manage some things about job finding and etc. because we don't have anything at the moment.
Yeah,
and
but you can rent a DJ studio. I used to do that and film from there.
I know Stardom Studios in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get in touch with them.
Yeah.
To ask them because we don't have the like cameras and everything.
But you can ask them because for sure.
I can ask them if they have.
At this moment, all shitty DJ studios have a camera there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I just want you to keep having that in mind. If that don't work, we will go and look for something. Stefano Noferini used to do always like loads of how do you say, like comic books and things like that. So it's not the end of the world. You can have like a visualizer going on. You can have, I don't know, it's not so difficult how it looks like.
Yeah.
I had in mind that you want something live, let's say, for example, to find a nice location and record there with drones and everything.
If it cannot be, we tell on the beginning, then you guys just move to Amsterdam and how excited you are, and this is the set and you can deliver it. Because like I said to you again, this is about us telling our stories. And that is the main thing, whatever story it is, you know, like we are all artists from all over the world and we are all struggling with something. So
Yeah.
is your music different because you are on a visualizer? No. But we need to tell that story. That is the reason why, in my vision, the intro is really important.
Okay.
So,
So basically,
and
on our part,
I want to start recording the intros as soon as possible. So we need to organize ourselves. I need to say, I had a breakdown and I did need some days off and my brain is still processing. I had a huge anxiety crisis and I'm here alone. So it's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, okay, big thing.
I'm trying to catch up everything and put everything to work. I have a meeting with Will, so the guy from Mixcloud, Friday at my 7 a.m. But he's all okay. He asked photos. I did ask that and a little intro. So we are all on the same page. Okay. And the idea, tell me.
On our part, if we record the video and send it to you, then another day we can record like the interview and then blend these videos together.
I can blend that together.
Okay.
Do that together. Don't worry. It's 5 minutes each person. We can do
And for us, it would be better if we had it ready before we leave, because it would be like one less thing to have to worry about when we arrive.
do it. Don't forget to have your track list.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is.
Yeah, but it's going to be exciting. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be exciting, and I will do a short documentary after that about all of this, right? Because it have been a big adventure and for all of us. And I think what is missing on the DJs is always what I say about social media, is we don't tell our story. So everyone put music out every day. Like Fridays, I have thousands of people asking me to put their tracks on my playlists, right? Fridays is the day, and everyone remembered.
We also have a release this Friday.
Yeah.
A new EP.
So what is going on is, or you are on the top, or if you are not on the top, what is happening is you need to tell your story. For the people who can like, oh, this could be me. This could be my story. This is me, or this could be me. This is me, could be my story, or this is me, I'm going through this process. And I want to bring the human side of the influenced warriors mixed with the artist side. Because let's be honest, you have artists who have shitty music and everyone loves. So they don't love it for the shitty music, they love it for the artist, right? So that is why, for me, it's really important. Jesus, everyone appears at the same time now. That is the reason why it's really important for me. One, you build your set with tracks that represent you as an artist, you both. Two, you have a chat with me and we talk about it. If you tell me, oh, I cannot record this in a beautiful setup, but you are going to tell your story.
Yeah.
Your story is two hard worker guys who go again to Amsterdam, the capital of the music industry, to live in your dream. Like, is this then I want to tell? So I know exactly how to make this look more shiny, but I want us to start working. So the interviews are really important. So I have everything, and then I can glue as soon then you guys' sets are ready. If you don't have a visual set, if you cannot record, we find other ways. What is really important is during the festival, then you are there present on Mixcloud, so you can chat with people.
Okay.
Okay. That is the most important thing. But they are doing a favor for us, and like they want to be inclusive. What they fell in love with the idea was to, God damn it, like, why cannot we find another platform to tell your story and make noise? And that is the reason why we can get the article as well in DJ Mag. So it's going to be very interesting. And then when we start doing this each 3 months, it's very powerful. I'm working in dates here for Mexico for us, because I really, and I said this a few times, I really believe that Mexico is going to be the future for the next 2 years, I would say. I don't know, with all this BS of COVID and etc. Everyone here is partying, not everywhere. For example, in Merida, we are closed at 11, but in Tulum is party mode. So
they ask for passport, for vaccine passport.
No.
Good. I'm going to Mexico.
No, they don't. But United States is going to, in November, start asking for the vaccine when you come in on the country. Like, yeah, whatever. Okay, so before our guest is here, then I did not see our guest yet. I see my people. I see my new Influence Warriors from 21 Days Challenge. Hello. Who's new
Hi.
here? Can unmute yourself? I would love to say hi. Even if you spoke with me already.
Yeah, I'm one of the new ones.
Who is talking with me? Who is talking with me?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Dan.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Good.
Good?
Good.
So,
yeah.
Okay, little brief. Hi, Fatia. Nice to see you.
Hello. Hi, everyone. It's the
Anna.
first time. I was a bit worried. Did it start an hour ago?
No. We are just having a chat about.
Okay.
I'll give a little briefing, so everyone
Okay.
is on the same picture, okay? And then
Yes.
hello, and then our master star is going to do his magic. I'm so happy to have you here.
But don't call me a master star. I'm not the artist.
Yeah, I know, but you are a master star on the way, then you do your things. Okay, we go there in a second. Okay, guys, for the ones who are Influence Warriors for long, you know what I'm talking about. For the 21 Days Challenge, you can put your hand up. I will explain you in a second. So we are hosting, we had an event prepared for ADI who is going to be postponed, okay? Extra that, I want to offer to all Influence Warriors who have been involved on that event, a full live access to anything that we are going to do in honor for you guys to go into this journey with us. That is one thing. We are preparing a document so you can have it. Another thing is we are hosting an Influence Warriors live Mixcloud event where they open the algorithm and they put us as a main star of the day. I want to do that based on the statement. Then if they take the stage out of us, we create our F, because I don't want to swear, stage. So I went to Mixcloud with who I have a great relation. And I said, guys, I want the algorithm open for us. But what I'm bringing in is not just the artist, I'm bringing the story. So all these sets, then is 1 hour set, will start with a short interview. Can be with you talking alone or can be with you talking with me. Is something then each one needs to decide what you prefer. And the set is recorded, is a set who needs to be made, not with the top 100 tracks, but with the tracks who represent you as artists, okay? Another thing is, it is going to be 13, 14, and 15, or maybe 14 and 15. So I'm giving that space. If you cannot record the video of yourself, we need to find other ways, other visual ways, and we can come together and build something together, okay? I was giving tutorials. If you guys go to chat, that is one example of something that I did, but I'm happy to come together with that. Hi, Corvino, well done. I'm checking out your work. Someone fall from the bed, Mr. Thomas. Nice to see you here. Adriana, guys, I miss you guys a lot.
I miss you too.
Yeah, and this week, I'm very open, okay? I always tell what is going on. It was probably one of the hardest weeks of my life. And nothing makes me more happy to be here with you all. Because this is my family. I have other family, you guys know, but I love you guys. I love you all. And if you had the opportunity to spend time with me, you know, then that is true. So if you guys from 21 Days Challenge want to jump in on this event, these crazy things that we want to do, please DM me and talk with me after, then I will guide you and I'll tell you how can be done, okay?
Okay.
Now, do someone have questions about this Mixcloud, DJ Meg? Tell me, Fatima.
Yes. Well, so we have to give you a video of approximately 45 minutes of set and a 15 minutes of interview introduction.
Yeah, that is with me. We can jump in a Zoom, you and me, for example, and you can tell me your story.
But is that then live on Mixcloud?
No.
That
That is recorded like we are recording now, and then I edit that on the beginning of your set.
Okay, so nothing is gonna happen live on 13, 14, or 15.
No.
But we can jump in a
You
chat,
can
you
jump
say?
in and be there talking with your fans. Yes.
Okay. While you're streaming or mix.
And we will be there supporting each other, okay?
Okay.
I need to make some t-shirts. Like someone was saying to me, babysit your posts. I have some words that stay with you guys, but influence warriors forever or something like that. No, but we are fighting for our stage. Like we are fighting to share our story and our music, and that it is. Okay. So for my newcomers, I will talk with you, Nikki. No, okay. Who have questions? Someone put their hands up. I don't see who it was.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
I
just want to, hi. It's good to be back.
Oh, I need photos from each one of you who wants to be on that. Okay. But we talk, you can DM me if you have my WhatsApp. If you have not my WhatsApp and you are new here from the 21 Days Challenge, I'm sharing my WhatsApp now. This is gold. I'm sharing my WhatsApp here with you. So, wait, I don't know my WhatsApp now. 7258. And you can add me through WhatsApp for the countries who use it. And just text me and we go from there, okay? Cool? Milana, tell me.
Yes, yeah, super. So I just want to understand, so this will be streamed on Mixcloud as a video, or where it will be streamed as a video?
It will be streamed on Mixcloud as a video.
Okay.
After, the best of is going to be in 1 hour, then we will live stream on Facebook in different pages of music for more than 3 million. So it's not going to be your full set, but it's going to be a part of your set.
Okay, and this part about being present physically, I didn't understand that. So what?
So imagine then
chatting live with people, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the deadline, latest deadline is 12th of October, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Adriana. You have your hand.
There I am. Yes. Rocky, I have a question. I was not having a part of the ADE Festival.
I'll come back to you with that.
Yeah, because I would like to.
I know.
All right. Okay, so text me.
I'll fix it. All
right.
Like with all the new influence worries, don't worry. Okay,
All right.
my loves, let's give the stage to the one and only. Where are you? Yeah. So, my dear, we have the pleasure to work together. I'm so happy for what we are doing together. It's our secret, but please present yourself and tell your story.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Gernot. I'm talking to you from rainy Germany today. I live in Cologne. Are there any Germans here? Any fellow Germans?
Yeah, you have.
Ariana?
I'm also from Cologne. This is really cool.
Really cool. I live in Kalk.
Yeah, okay, I'm in the center, but okay, we speak after.
Right. Yeah, so I'm working in the music industry now for, I think it's close to 15 years. I moved to Amsterdam a couple of years ago and started together with a few other guys a big YouTube channel called Dance Television. It was called Dance Trippin'. Maybe you've heard of this one, where we went to a lot of festivals. We did live streams on festivals, and pretty much were the first sort of live broadcaster before Biat TV, before Boiler Room TV. We did live broadcasts on festivals. Yeah, we have this channel now. It's close to 500,000 followers. From there, I did this for a while. Then I felt like doing something else because I felt like a little bit stuck, and I wanted to, move forward with the whole artist management. So I moved over to Armada Music, and I did marketing for Armada and Armin van Buuren. And from there, then just started my own management company where I look after quite a variety of artists. So one of my big artists is Magdalena, who's a big techno deep house DJ. I look after some hardstyle DJs. I help a bunch of hardstyle pop acts. I'm working with Topic, is a very big pop act worldwide, where we broke over 1 billion streams for the last release that came out from him. And I don't know, I teach at university here in Cologne sometimes. With Magdalena, I usually go on tour. So she plays all over the place. She plays, next gig is on Friday at Ushuaia in Ibiza. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. So doing management, marketing, and these sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
I work with some festivals. I do marketing for festivals.
It makes sound like it's like the easiest thing ever.
No, I worked really hard for it. Like I said, I worked 15 years for it, and I'm dedicating my whole life to it. I don't know, like I work 7 days a week, so
I know.
I love what I'm doing. So to me, it doesn't really feel like work.
We text a lot during the weekends, so we have comment. We are slightly a workaholic.
Yeah, for me, the funny thing is that when I go on tour with Magdalena, she's playing, so I travel with her Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then I come home on Sunday, and she takes off Monday, Tuesday, but I have to go back to the office on Monday because I need to prepare the things for the next weekend. So I don't have so many days off. But as I said, I love it. I love what I'm doing, and it doesn't feel like work. So yeah. Okay, a lot of things. Let's start by the beginning. What was your first contact with electronic music? It was actually funny that you were talking about Amsterdam Dance Event. To me, it was, well, actually it wasn't, but with the electronic music scene, my first contact was Amsterdam Dance Event. I mean, as a small kid, at some point I realized that I love electronic music, and I finished high school, and then I had to find a place where I can study. So I thought, okay, well, I want to do something with the music industry. So I moved to Amsterdam, and then I was there I think I lived there for 4 months, and then Amsterdam Dance Event happened. So me knowing no one, I just bought a ticket. I went there, and pretty much just started talking to people, started to network, and ever since it's my 12th time Amsterdam Dance Event, or 13th time Amsterdam Dance Event this year.
Yeah,
that I'm going there. 14th time actually.
Slightly different this year.
Yeah.
Slightly less than we could expect.
Yeah, but pretty much, yeah, I knew that I wanted to work in music, so I went where the music industry happens and got involved, started to talk to people, and everyone was very nice and was nice to talk to. And yeah, that's how it all came about.
Okay, what did you learn with dance stripping and dance television?
I think I learned the soft skills of how to talk to people and just really to build my network. Because like I said, I didn't know anyone, we didn't know anyone. So we just, got busy. I, just started messaging promoters, be like, hey, we have a film crew here. We do this, can we come to your event? So then, I started to build up my network, and it grew and grew over the years, and built up network with bookers, artists, PR agencies, events. Yeah. I think that made me realize that the music industry is all about contacts, and you really have to work hard to build up your network. And once you have a nice network in place, it's much easier to get where you want to go.
You have a great network in place. Okay, but what was the idea behind dance stripping? Like, because it was a few years ago, so what was the idea behind? What was your guys' goal, and how was your model? Like, how you were expecting to make money with that? I'm curious to know.
That's a funny thing. So when we very first started doing these things, YouTube wasn't around. So there was the internet connection even was too slow to really stream these videos. But sort of my partner who I did it with, Will Johnston, he was a raver, so he was an Ibiza, and he was he knew that this is so special, the whole music thing, and he just thought, okay, I kind of want to go and film it. So he just he to the parties and he started to film it, and I don't know, somehow they put together we put together a few shows, and just we didn't really know how television works, how this whole thing works, and then we started to pitch it to a small TV station on Ibiza. And they thought, okay, it's nice content. They just put it on at night in all of the on this local TV channel on Ibiza, and it was one of the channels that all the hotels they had it. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know, after a season, people came to us and they were like, sorry.
I remember that.
Yeah, so it was in the small in the small hotel rooms, and then people, they came to us, and people we didn't really know, they were all approaching us. They were like, man, I went out for a party, I came home, I couldn't sleep, and I just turned on the television and it was dance stripping playing. And this is where it really showed to us that people are actually interested in this kind of format. And it was chilling in the hotel and they're watching dance stripping all night, all morning. And this is where we then realized that it's something that's nice to watch, the whole live stream thing. If it's nicely produced, it's not something that you would wake up in the morning, you would sit on the couch, and then you would go and watch it as a sitcom, for example. It's called audiovisual wallpaper, so it's something you put on and it's just running in the background, and you're pre-gaming with your friends, you come home from party, you do an after party, and it's just there. It's kind of, you're listening to the music, and it's also something nice to watch a little bit and to chill.
I never did hear that concept. For me, I always say that I'm on the upside, I'm always too far away. When I became viral, I started live streaming for my studio in Amsterdam. Probably you saw it, it was beautiful studio that I had. And my thing was, oh, I want to connect with all these followers that I have from all over the world and buy music. And then pandemic arrived. So then I'm doing these live streams from all over the world. I work with Will in Ibiza and in a few other things. And then pandemic starts, and God damn it, I was slightly too far away. It's really interesting because I was here in Mexico, and majority of people who meet me, I don't present myself as an artist. I present myself as Rita. And they find out that I'm a DJ. So I was in a small party and someone put my music playing, and it's kind of weird because they cannot process very well. Then you are the same person, then you are playing for that. But I feel then the ravers and the people who are especially in places where they go out and they need to come back home, in countries where the night close early, that kind of format for sure works very well.
Yeah.
And what was after? So you guys reached 100. I don't know. I saw then you had a awards on your office.
Yeah, we have. I have it here. Wait, I can show you. we have 500,000 followers now. Like here, this YouTube thingy.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, we have close to 500,000 followers now on YouTube. The thing is that for us, we can't make any money on YouTube because of the content ID claims that people that produce music, they own the rights to the music. So that was very hard for us to find a business model that's very, where you can make money off. So we have a TV channel now in several countries where you can just turn on the television and you can watch Dance Strippin'. And that's bringing in a little bit of money because cable companies, they pay for it. But at the moment, it's very difficult because the whole TV landscape is changing. It's from, like, as you know, probably you guys, you don't really watch linear television anymore. So you rather watch Netflix or, I don't know, YouTube, or you have like certain things that you want to watch and then you go and pull it out and you watch it straight away. So that's where, there's less and less money involved in the linear television, and it goes more and more towards TV apps. But it's going to take probably another 5 to 10 years until the market is so far ahead that you can really start making money off from TV apps. So that's where we are with Dance Strippin' now. We have TV apps in place, and it's just the whole like consumption habit of people needs to change, that they don't like that they adopt apps on their smart TVs, and they have their favorite apps. And then if we have enough traffic in the dance television app, then it becomes interesting again for advertisers for us. So that's also why at some point I left Dance Strippin', and now I'm just like a passive shareholder of the company, because I felt like the market wasn't really ready for this to really make money off this. As you know, you can't really make money off from streaming.
Except if you have sponsors.
Except if you have sponsors, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's I mean, the thing, we have a nice reach for Dance Strippin', that's television, but it's still very difficult to make enough money out of it.
Yeah, but artists can pay for be there, right?
They could, yeah. I mean, that's some of the business models that they're developing now with the especially with the pandemic. When it happened for them, or for us, it turned out really well, because everyone started streaming, and they got a lot of content that they can use, a lot more people that were interested in streaming. And they built a small business model out of this, but there's only so much money that you can make with this.
Of course.
And while keeping the platform relevant, because if you're a platform where only newcomer DJs going to go to stream their music, then other fans, they won't come there anymore, because of course most of the people, they come for the headliners, and if you stick some newcomers in between, that's fine. But if it's only newcomers, then it doesn't become so relevant anymore for the big mass.
I understand. Tell me your experience on Armada.
It was nice in a way, because I learned
Everyone
the label
knows
side.
Armada. I don't know if everyone knows what is Armada. I'm seeing this is not in gallery view. Can you explain just in a few words for the ones who are not in Europe?
So Armada is one of the biggest independent dance labels for dance music. It's a little bit more commercial. It's founded by Armin van Buuren. I guess all of you know Armin van Buuren. They have a bunch of artists signed to them: Afrojack, Fedde Le Grand, Lost Frequencies. So I'd say when you turn on the radio in your car and you listen to a dance music station over there, it's probably a third of the tracks that are released by Armada Music. They do around 40 releases a week. And yeah, it's a huge company. They have 60 people working there. And they're just very influential for the little bit more commercial part of the dance music. And
your experience?
It was nice to see something like this, but in the end I didn't like it so much because it was too big for me. And once you have such a big team, the tasks that everyone does, they become very small. So I was involved I was working with the brand A State of Trance and Armada Main, so like the main label, and I was doing the marketing for the releases. But you can imagine if you have 40-50 releases every week, the work that you do, it just becomes like you're doing the same thing every week. So, and I didn't like this so much. And that's when at some point I decided that I just need to start my own thing. And it happened quite naturally because I've been building up my network for so long, and I already had artists coming to me and asking me for my opinion, for my support. And then it wasn't like, okay, I'm a manager now, where are my artists? It was more like, okay, there are so many people here that want to work with me, so I think I need to, do something and just call myself a manager now.
Okay.
So it happened very naturally for me to,
So
to make this.
explain exactly what you do.
I do a lot of things. So I'm also, as Rocky, I'm very deep in the whole online marketing thing. So Rocky, she does it more for, or you guys, you do it more for just the general Instagram growth or like general social media growth. I do it a lot with releases. So over the past, I had a lot of artists that come to me and ask me, okay, I have a release coming up, I have budget X. What can I do about, like, how can I run my advertisement to get, to get the best performance on Spotify, to get the best performance on Beatport and so on. So that's pretty much where I started, as like a music marketing consultant kind of. And then it just became more and more like to do the things that a manager does. So I handle requests with the press. I make the deals with labels, with bookers. I don't do the bookings itself for this. All my artists, they have a booking agency, because that's not the part where I want to focus on. I want to focus more on the artist development. So to think of a marketing strategy, what an artist can do, how we can put an artist in the right place, that the artist becomes interesting for the labels that we want to work with, for the bookers that we want to work with, for events. I don't know. In the end, it's so many things that I don't know, cross my desk every day.
Do you have like I know you, so it's a tricky question. Do you feel then you have a special ability to see the future, or to see how you can guide your artists?
Yeah, I know sort of, I can think very strategically. So I'm as opposite to my artists. I'm not creative at all. I'm just very, how can I explain this?
Pragmatic.
Yeah, and I can think in discussions with labels or with artists. I can, like with the chess game, I can think 2 steps ahead. So I know what I have to say now, so that the artist responds to this in a certain way, so then that I can make a pitch. Best example is that at the moment we have a phone with a label, where the label it's a newcomer artist, and the label has a smaller sub label. And the label, they want us to release on the sub label, but I don't want the artist to release on the sub label, because it doesn't fit with the whole strategy that we have in place, because we want to make him bigger than he actually is, so that the events, they become more interested in booking this artist. As always.
Yeah.
We were lucky that he played quite a big show 2 weeks ago, where we shot a music video. So already now I'm pitching the music video to I have to call tomorrow with them. Today I sent them the music video. I was like, hey, this is the music video we did for this release, and go and check it out. And it's very impressive. It's like a huge stage, sold out club here in Germany, in the Bootshaus.
Nice club.
It's a nice club. And it was 2 weeks ago. It was completely sold out, and he played the primetime slot there. And with this in my mind, I already know that the guy is going to be impressed, and this gives me then a better position for negotiation when I speak with him about if we put this act on the main label or on the sub label. And these things, for me, it's very easy to visualize the steps, what I need to say or what I need to do when negotiating with these partners or labels or bookers or whatever.
Nice.
And yeah, I know I have some artists that are a bit more tricky to handle, as you know, Rocky, and for them, I really know how to, I know how to speak with them. I know what I need to say in order to get what I want, which information I can present, what I shouldn't present.
You need to do a very strategic.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it comes from the whole networking experience of people, and I know how you can make people like me, and yeah, this really helps.
Yeah, because people like you. You have something. No, I think you know, we live like the music industry is such a sometimes so disrespectful. And when you find someone who was nice, and then you can trust, because trust is a big issue on music industry, I will say.
Yeah.
From the artists who need to arrive in time and in conditions, right? People to be okay.
Which doesn't always happen.
To be okay to play set, to the bookings, to the issues, to the payments, to the hotel, then is not the hotel booked, to, you know, all the things. Then many of you guys are watching this and are praying, then your dream is to be a touring DJ. But when you arrive there, many times you will ask yourself, Jesus, it was really this that I want, because it can be very tricky. I don't know, you have for sure much more stories than me, but I will never forget first time that I arrived to play in Delhi, New Delhi. I fly in Christmas Eve. So I left my kids. I remember that was a very painful thing. And I arrived and I had this idea of New Delhi as like a beautiful place. And I arrived on the night. I was with someone, so I was with the tour manager, thank God. But I arrived in the night.
Yeah, India as a woman is very tricky.
I lost my bag. It took me, I will never travel with a bag anymore since then. It's my USBs and backpack. It took me 1 hour and a half to be able to claim my bag. Extra, they take me to a taxi where they smoke weeds. It's not a way to express. They were eating weeds. And then it's dark and gray and cold. And they take me to a place, and it was not my hotel, you know, and it's very scary. And you feel like, what is going on? Like I'm a very organized person. So I'm always sure that my hotel is booked, and, you know, all of that things. Or you think you are going to play in a place and they take you to another place, or do you think then is a gig for 500 people, is a gig for 30,000? Like, so many different things going on. And I think what you have is, you are a calm person. You are organized, you are on time, you are very patient. What is your, when are you born? Like, what is your zodiac?
Oh God, I don't know the English word for it. It's a twin.
Yeah,
how do you call it?
Gemini.
Gemini, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Because it's hard. Do you have like funny stories? Do you have ever like one funny story that you can share with us of touring?
Oof. Not really like a funny story.
No?
No, I can't think of one. Like, I personally, actually, to me, touring is, I like to do it.
Yeah.
But also I start to hate it now at some point, because like I'm someone, I have good friends here, and I like to be home during the weekend sometimes and meet my friends. And when I go on tour too much, I start to miss weddings and birthdays and all these parties of my friends. And this is, to me, this is actually very sad. So I don't know, the touring for me is always like a love-hate relationship. So while I do it, I kind of hate it. But then when I look back at it, I liked it so much that it's like an addiction and I want to go again. And, I don't know, funny stories.
You don't have funny stories? Like I was in Austria. I was going to play in a club I was in Salzburg. So the club was under, I had no signal, no mobile signal. I still was playing with CDs. So I went to my hotel, and when the taxi brought me back, it was raining, and he have this like huge billboard with my face, and he have this black huge security guy there, and I with my hoodie, I'm trying to cut and go inside, but I cannot speak with the promoter because he have no connection, right? When I try to pass, the security guy grabs me and say, "Where do you think you go?" And I say, "It's my party, I'm playing." And I say, "Yeah, everyone say that, go to the queue." So I didn't need to wait on the queue he had my picture behind him. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of the many stupid stories. But
Yeah.
for sure you had like technical problems. The last time I
Oh,
played,
well, I mean, this happens all the time. Like I always go, everything that I do, it just happened recently. We went to, a month ago, we were playing in Kiev. Yeah, it was Kiev. Yeah, we were playing there, and I always go to the sound check before. So I arrive, I drop off my artist in the hotel, then I go back to the venue, I go and do the sound check. And everything was working perfectly. And then I don't know what happened before, like then I go home and I don't know, I eat something, I sleep a little bit, and then I go to the club at night. And they had the setup already put up, and then they changed it. I don't know why. Maybe they realized, okay, we need another CDJ, another room or something. So they just, everything that was working perfectly, they took it apart. And they didn't do the like, they didn't link the CDJs, which is so basic. Like I don't understand how sound engineers sometimes they don't do it, which is fine. But
so they did not
yeah,
have
my
a
artist.
cable?
Sorry.
They did not have the cable there.
No, I don't know, but it was fine. I mean, my artist, she's prepared. She knows already.
I always have three copies.
Yeah. That was fine, but there was something where like I sometimes and then I can get like, you know, now I'm a very nice guy, but this is the moments where I'm actually the promoter hates me because I can really stress them about this. And
no, but
yeah,
that
this
is
I don't know.
guys, if you guys go touring any place, always have 2 or 3 copies of the same USB.
Yeah, always.
You never.
Yeah, I remember we were playing in Bahrain once, and it was this outdoor party, and it was also like kind of ravey style, and they put the stage on a truck. So you have like a truck which is like open at the top, and then on the top, you know, they put like the DJ booth. But then, you know, once on the truck, you know, it's very shaky and everything. And then of course they put the VIP on the truck as well. So whenever there's like a crazy moment, you know, of course the VIP is dancing, and then everything starts to shake. And then yeah, we really had to tell the VIP that they just can't dance on the truck, or they have to go down to the dance floor because it's just shaking too much.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah.
had one.
I don't know. I have many stories, you know, when we talk about it, they come to my head.
No.
These things.
It's funny. One time I was playing in Kolkata, and I always ask 3 CDJs.
Yeah.
And I'm playing in Kolkata, and it's like a low ceiling club, full, and humidity starts dropping from the ceiling to my CDJ, and I lost one, and I work in loops for 10 minutes and crowd control and clapping and shouting until they brought me another CDJ. So
Nice.
no, yeah, traumatizing.
Yeah.
What is the favorite thing that you do now? Like, what excites you and what is your future? So before my kids, meaning my influence warriors, can ask questions.
I think it's still, you know, it's my love-hate. It's still the touring. I love it now after not being on tour for so long. I don't know. I'm just my own business. I have one guy working with me now, so this is something that I'm very passionate about, to grow it a bit more, to do more, not just yeah. I'm looking at one more artist signing at the moment, so I'm like carefully. There's always, you know, once you start speaking with the manager for you guys, it's nothing that it's done in a week or something. You know, if you have a manager that wants to sign you within a week, I would always be very careful. And now, but for me now, I'm looking at one artist to sign, and it's a process of like half a year, 3/4 of a year, sitting in the studio together, getting to know each other. So that's one project which I find very, you know, very exciting. And then just yeah, I have this like small agency with one guy who's working for me now, where we look after clubs and festivals. And I want to grow this a bit more to, you know, help clubs and festivals with the online marketing, to, you know, to support them to sell more tickets, and I don't know, to make bigger, better events. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not so much a family person, so I don't plan on getting kids or something. But yeah, I don't know, just getting more and more involved with the music industry, doing more stuff like this, and I don't know, helping artists.
In other projects. I love to work with you. I think we are.
Yeah, thanks.
I want to, if you have, before they start their questions, if they have them, if you had any advice as a manager or agent, I don't know how you call yourself or what you prefer. And
Yeah, I think manager. Yeah.
it is difficult to explain sometimes the difference. Ugur did give me a little.
How does Ugur call himself? Like
Agent. He calls
he
himself.
calls himself an agent. Okay.
Yes.
But he, maybe because he books artists. I don't really book artists. Like I put people in the position where they can be booked easily. So maybe that's the difference.
Okay. So what should they know about it? Like what secrets can you tell them?
I think that because now the music scene is so sophisticated that everything you put out there needs to be of like the best quality that you can, except in the beginning. In the beginning, it's good to just get going. But once you've passed like the first 1, 2, 3 years where you just got going, everything you have to do, it needs to get better and needs to look good, because otherwise there are so many, as you know, there's so many artists out there that are just, one step ahead. And for them, it looks better, it looks bigger, it looks, I don't know, whatever. So that's something that I find, your social media needs to be on point. You need to
I was going to grab you there, because that is my part.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that, working with Rocky already is, I work with her also because I don't know everything, and she's also very knowledgeable. So that is something that's very important. Your social media needs to look good. You need to have a certain amount of following. And I mean, that music, we don't need to speak much about it, because you need good music. And sort of now I feel like you're already, like, you need to do everything, and it takes a lot of time, and you really need to, take the time. It's, I always find it very difficult if artists approach me and want to work with me, and then I see that they're just spending 1 to 3 hours a week on a music project. And I think it needs to be, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day that you need to spend on your music, and to do social media, to, I don't know, to shoot music videos, to produce music videos, to produce music, to network, I don't know, to do all these things. So
we talked a lot about expressing yourself and telling your story, and I feel then it's probably in our project something that was important for us, like finding what is the story then we are telling, and what is our unique selling point.
Exactly.
So we have difference then we can bring in. And because and this is funny then you are saying that, because the old school DJs here, and some of you are, have this love-hate, I'll say hate social media. Oh, why I need to do it? But it's just like, it is different, and the world changed, and we really need to understand how to do it, and how to approach, and how to work in team. I found out from all my projects with the Influence Warriors, I found out, and then your part of networking is really interesting. I found out the community is the most important thing I built together. And the people then I invite to come and chat with us makes all the difference. So from my side, I want to say thank you to you, because you are great. And now I want to know who have questions. Can you put your hand up? Yeah, Fatia, you are the first thing I saw. So go, girl.
Yes, hello.
Go, girl.
Well, my question is, how do you choose which artist you will represent?
Well, first of all, I don't choose like every week or something. I have 4 artists now that I'm working with. I'm adding a 5th artist now. So it happens very rare, and it needs to come very natural. So ideally, I know the person already. I've been following them for 1 to 3 years, and I'm seeing their progress, and the artist needs to be different. Again, like needs to tell the story and needs to be unique to me. And I need to get the feeling that the artist was already able to sort of get the ball rolling by him or herself.
Yeah.
And then they become interesting to me, because to me, starting with a new, like, small artist, it's always an investment in my time. And I don't get the, I don't, start to make money out of them from the beginning. And the danger is too high of just picking someone that you've just met, that I just met, that I feel like is cool, but I don't really know the person. I didn't really vibe with the person. The danger is too high that, I don't know, in a year, the artist would say, well, actually, fuck this, fuck the music industry. I want to be with my family now. I want to do something else. I want to have a regular job with a regular income. And then pretty much all my work and my face that I'm putting in, because I put out my face in front of the bookers, the labels, and all these people, then I kind of lose this face. And the labels, they trust me because I already do the pre-selection. So that's why I'm very, very careful in choosing an artist. And that's also what my suggestion would be for you. In the beginning, you really don't need a manager. You can do it yourself. And once you can show to people that you can do it yourself, then you start to become interesting for them. And then already your negotiation power is much higher than if you beg someone to be your manager.
Yeah.
And in most cases, they will say that they're your manager, but they will just, in the end, they will just send out a few emails and not really care about the artist project. So that's the nice thing about social media, or like the online sphere anyways. You don't need a manager in the beginning. So you just really need to hustle hard in the beginning, and then at some point it will just come naturally. You know someone that does all of these, and you know each other for like 1 or 2 years, and then, I don't know, you just start talking.
And did those artists that you manage now, when they started with you, did they have was it their 100% job already, or did they do something else besides?
Yeah, the artists I work with, to them, they're already at a level where it's a full-time job. But I mean, 2 of my artists, they live in the smallest apartment ever. They make, I don't know how much their rent is. It's like 400 euros rent. And they just pretty much, they live for the music. So they could, if they wanted to upgrade their apartment or like small studio where they live, then straight away they would have to get a real job. But they chose not to. They chose that music is their like 100% of focus.
Real job.
And when I see these things, then that's a big argument to me, because I put 100% of my time into it. And when I have someone that's, just wants to be a DJ because it's cool, and I don't know, and doesn't go through the shit of living in a 400 euro studio where it's pretty much only the desk with the music equipment and next to it the bed and a small kitchen, then I don't know, why would I want to put in my effort then?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next.
So yeah, I mean, but that's not the thing. Like, if the artist works part-time and still I get the feeling that they hustle a lot, then that's also fine. It's just with my artists, it happens that when I started working with them, they all did it full-time. / they chose to live so poorly that they can do it full-time.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Milan, I go to you. Tollies was first. Tollies.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, hello.
Hey.
So he's Tollies and Stefanos, because we're both. Basically, just a follow-up question. You mentioned before that you don't book the artists, but you're trying to make them reach the point that they will get booked.
Yeah, so the artists, they work with the booking agency already. And I work really closely with the booking agency to deliver arguments to the festivals to book the artist. And then they don't talk to me, they talk to the booker, so to speak. And in some cases, we then develop, together with the booker, we develop a strategy. So, for example, with Magdalena, we sit down with her booking agency every 4 months. We go and have a meeting with them. And we sort of look at, okay, how's it going? How's the social media progressing? How the booking's progressing? What can we do to make their life the easiest to book the artist?
Okay, so basically you're working also with social media, Spotify, everything that's included to the whole image of the artist.
Yeah. So I pretty much, it's good you mentioning this. So I form the artist, I make the artist image, as tight as possible with everything, releases, social media, Spotify, YouTube, whatever, so that the booker can just take this very tight artist and present it to the events. And yeah, this is how we work together then.
Basically, it's like a product, and you make the product as appealing as it can be. So it can.
People hate it when I say this, but I like to speak of actually to call an artist a product or music a product. So yeah.
Yeah, we understand the same thing. Basically, you have to sell yourself at some point.
I get a lot of shit for it saying this, but to me, it's I mean, I'm friends with all my artists, but like I'm friends with the person, but I'm not friends with the artist. The artist to me, that's a product that I'm trying to sell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your Instagram is Gernot Voltage Circus, right?
Gernot_Voltage Circus. I need to update it though with the artists that are on there. I'm now working with the different and more artists.
I'm not calling you. This is. Oh, no, I am. Okay, I just did this a story.
Oh, wait, I can post it in chat. You can follow me if you want to.
Good. Milana, you are first.
Thank you, Rocky. So first of all, I just want to tell you that I'm a big fan of dance stripping, and we were seeing it a lot in Serbia. I'm Mio from Serbia. And also, like it was like the after party or pre-party program, you know, before the other things showed up. So that's quite cool. And I know that you filmed some nice festivals we have back home. I'm in Lithuania right now, and also for Magdalena, I know you brought her to Exit Festival this year. She did a back-to-back with one Serbian DJ, Andrew Meller.
Andrew, I was there as well. It was very
nice.
good.
That was
yeah. It was to us. It was perfect timing because it was the first big show that she played after the lockdown. And then playing at the Exit Dance Arena in front of 35,000 people, it really pushed her, you know, really. Like to us, it wasn't hard to do the restart because with this, we already had so many arguments for all the bookers that then came, which was, you know, sometimes you also need a bit of luck. But if you always keep pushing, then the luck it comes to you.
I think playing in Dance Arena is a very special place. it's special. So I have two questions for you. One very interesting thing you said that you like to guide artist development. So I would like to know, how do you do that? What are the, you know, something you can tell me about this? And then I have one more question.
Yeah. That's a tough question. Again,
like
how do I do it? I do it because I already know the artist for like 1 or 2 years before I even start working with them. So I have a good feeling for the artist. We know each other. We were chilling backstage before, you know, we were drinking and everything. We were doing parties together. So I understand the artist and I understand the market and I know what the market needs. And then I know what the artist is like, and I know where they have to be in order to be interesting for bookers. And then then I can draw the connection from A to B, and I can be like, okay, we need to adjust this over here. We need to work on the branding. We need to work on your appearance. We need to work on your social media, how you present yourself, how you speak to the camera, what you show. We need to, work with your music. We need to
like
start.
Like a publicist for a DJ, kind of. And maybe more
in a way, like
have your story rights, right? It's a little bit about then we talked about, and they know this. Who you want to be, for who are you playing? You know, have your story rights, because you are always a character. I don't know. You probably have a different perspective, but for me, Rocky, she's a character. She have specific characteristics than are part of her as an artist. Me.
I don't know. One good example is that one of my artists, when I started working with him, he's one of the best hardstyle producers. It's really not my genre, but it's a genre I work in now. I don't know, it just happened. He's one of the best hardstyle producers in Germany. His branding was good. It wasn't perfect yet, but I knew then the right people to work with him on the branding. But then when he performed, he always was like this very like shy-ish kind of guy, and it's like looking at him performing felt almost weird. You know, you could sense that he wasn't feeling so nice about himself standing in front of a big crowd. What we realized was that we got theater training for him. We created a role that he can slip into when he's the artist, when he's performing, when he's on stage, and it it was like a wonder. Then he was able to make the switch from this like more quiet, kind of shy guy that's like really like a studio nerd, to make a switch to be this rock star kind of guy that, you know, in the hardstyle, it's all about, you know, like big stages, firework and everything. And he then was the guy that easily he could stand on the stage, you know, with the mic, talk to the people and everything. And these are the things that if I hadn't known the person for so long before, then I wouldn't even get like, okay, what's the issue here? Like, how do we need to, what's needs to be adjusted with this artist in order to fit him even more to the position where he becomes interesting for bookers and for labels.
Mhm.
Well done.
Yeah.
And one more question. So it kind of relates to that. So what would be your advice for beginning artists to be seen? Because you said first you need to build up your image that you are seen, and then you can show it that you can do it yourself. And then so some tips in that stage.
Yeah, you need to be different. You need to find your niche and not, you know, like your things, they need to be on point. And then I think it's always good to start local before you try to go international. So first, build up like a local fan base that you have kind of a proof of concept. I don't know, in your city, that you get that you don't have so many issues anymore to sell out a, I don't know, 300 people club in your own city, just with you on the lineup.
Give you currency. Give you power to even host your own parties. We talked a lot about this especially on 21 Days Challenge. Then is build local, because if you build local, if you have like 200 people from your local place, they will not go to the party alone. So you have a currency, you have money on your hands, and you can start building. And then, I don't know, did not want to interrupt you, but then film, document all your process. Because like my story became viral because I told my story and I had something to back up my story. And document your process from when you play to an empty place, have been there, to a monster crowd.
Yeah.
That is
nice.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I did, sorry.
No, all good. Like, I don't know, I can give you another example for like the hardstyle artist. His name is Broken Element, that I'm working with now, who's this very, very good producer. We knew the market that's in Germany. So hardstyle, I don't know, is you guys, you're not so much into hardstyle, but anyways, it's a huge scene. It's growing like crazy at the moment, but it's only the Dutch people. They are big hardstyle producers. So we realized that in Germany, there's a German hardstyle headliner is actually missing. So the German events, all the time they book the big Dutch DJs. But for a scene to survive, you need to have a local hero. So what we're doing with him now, we realized that there's this market gap. So we're trying to push him into the market gap. So what I'm doing is now I'm speaking with the like the biggest German hardstyle producer is Musical Madness. I'm actually wearing the shirt now. So I'm actually, yeah, again, I'm very close with them. So for me, it's easy to go and pitch the artist to them and to tell them, hey guys, you need to help us to create a German headliner, a German hardstyle headliner. And they're happy to help us because they also know that when they build their own headliner in the future, they can book them easier, they can book them cheaper. So this is then again as part of the strategy to book him on bigger slots, then to document it, to make it look a little bit bigger than it actually is. And with this, we go then to the partners, mostly the Dutch partners, which then book the artists on like bigger or reverse or something. And then, just go step by step. But again, we start local, we start to, build the local following. And then with this, we know that we can take this and we know that we can communicate to the Dutch partners that we want to work with that this artist is unique because he is the German hardstyle headliner, because we're making him a German hardstyle headliner in combination with the whole branding and everything that we figured out for him. So it's so hard to give you like, okay, if you do A, then B is going to happen, because every artist is different. It's like it's like dating, you know, you don't just date anyone because they're blonde, for example, but you date a certain person because they're special to you, and you need to become your whole project needs to become special to the artists or to your fans or to, I don't know, to the bookers and everything. And it's, I don't know, there's like no right or wrong. Like you need to figure out, okay, how can you be special or how can you be seen?
What is your unique selling point?
Exactly.
Corvino,
Hello.
let me
Hey.
start by saying, then you didn't need to unmute yourself. Let me start by saying then you are rocking the 21 days challenge, and I'm very impressed.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
go for it.
Well, hello, and thank you, Rocky, and thank you for sharing all this insight. One of the things that I've experienced over the past like 12 years that I've been DJing is people coming up to me and, you know, oh, I want to manage you, you know, and I heard you say before, not jumping into somebody that wants to manage you within a week.
Yeah.
And I've gone through 4 managers now and now I'm just kind of doing it all on my own, and I don't feel I need a manager just yet. But people that come up to me and, you know, then eventually they come in, hit the ground running, and then all of a sudden they kind of like fizzle out, and it's like, oh, this is a lot of work. Like, oh shit, it's a lot of work. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, Rocky.
No, go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry.
I like this.
But you know, it's like, obviously, yes, it's a lot of work. Like I'm sitting here, I'm busting my ass in the studio 4, 5, 6 hours, sometimes 10-hour studio sessions. And yeah, it's work. You know, I need you to push paper while I'm trying to create this artistry.
Yeah.
What would you say an artist should look for when selecting a manager, and then also being approached by a manager or somebody that's trying to poach you as a client?
Yeah, I think it really, you need to listen to your gut with this. And like if someone approaches you and is saying like, hey, I want to be your manager, like first, hey, my name is X, then it's already weird, because like I said, I don't know, all the artists that I manage, I know them, I already knew them way before we started talking about management. Like I knew them from hanging out in the backstage to, I don't know, drinks, to going and partying, just pretty much being like friends in a way, you know, like still working in the same industry, and that's why we were friends. And then from there, it just happened so naturally to that, I don't know, they came to me for advice. They asked me, hey, you know, you do these things, how would you do these things? And then, I don't know, it became like at some point that they were like struggling with a small label deal. And then I was like, hey, you know what, let me just quickly, for this one label deal, let me just do the talking for you, and we don't even need a deal or something. And then this happened more and more, and they asked me more and more for advice. And then at some point we were like, yo, we're working so close together already, why not, you know, we might as well just call it a manager. And for example, with 2 artists, I don't even have a contract. Like we don't have a contract because it's just pretty much the same as it was before. Like it grew, and then at some point we said, okay, well, now I'm your manager. Everyone's like, okay, cool, you're my manager, okay, let's keep going. Like it was like this, like it felt like so natural, and not like I don't really go out and scout. I'm not like, okay, clicking through, I don't know, SoundCloud, going on I don't know, like all these like data tools and searching for someone. It's more like I don't know, I'm so connected anyways already that people, when they come up, they come across my path. Like no, in the hardstyle scene, for example, or in the like the very niche deep house scene where I'm working in, people can't even make it to like a certain level where they start to become interesting for a manager without crossing my path. And I think it's for you, just need to put yourself out there. And I don't know, I know it's difficult if you're more of the studio guy to go to the after parties, to hang out backstage, to go to shows, to network, to go to Amsterdam Dance Event, to go to IMS and all these things. But if you really do this, I don't know, the business scene of dance music is not so big in the end. It's, I don't know, Rocky, 500 people working in there, like in the very like core industry.
Yeah, and that was the reason why for us to host the Influence Warriors has our wish this year did not make sense because you know already how busy, how crazy it is. Imagine this year, like you could not showcase what they are doing and pull people in because what is going to happen is undercover, right? Is the deals then, and in even that deals, nobody's certain of anything now.
Yeah.
So, but
And
it's a weird year.
Yeah, one more thing, it just came to my mind that really helped me in the beginning was to not go to someone and ask them for something, but go to someone and offer them something. Like for me, it's very easy because I know marketing, so I could go to artists, to bigger artists, like big artists that I work with. Some of you posted in the chat that they know hardstyle. Like I know in the very beginning I worked with Randy, who's like a super big hardstyle DJ. Because I just went there and I was like, hey, I'm this guy, I know how to do marketing. Don't give me money for it. You know, I just like to do these things for you. Here, just let me do your paid advertisement and I'll do it for you. And he was happy. And this was, again, it was one more step towards, you know, the core scene. Through him, I met more people, and it's more like find something that you're good at, that you can help other people with. And then just go there and don't be like, hey, I'm this artist. Can you book me? Can you manage me? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? But you go to them and be like, hey, you know what? I'm a good mastering engineer. I see you making music. Do you need someone that does your mastering? Hey, I'm very good at graphic design. You have a festival there? Can I somehow just do your graphics? I don't know, you don't have to pay me. I'm happily doing it for you. Just, you know, give me a booking and let me hang out backstage to meet all the people, like stuff like this. And then just people, then they want to work with you, like because you're a nice guy and you're helping them, then they also want to help you back. But if you just go there and ask them to help you, then everyone will be like, fuck, who's this guy, man? Why would I want to help this guy that I don't even know?
It's like spamming people on DMs and sending your SoundCloud a new track. Like, God damn it. I need to do a video about that, like some rules about, like, you don't jump on the middle of the street and put your track in front of my face, right?
Yeah.
Why should you do that inside of my DM box? Like, it is like is in business. My parents, like, my mom always told me, in business, you always should approach the person that you want to sell something, has the deal for them is better than for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And what can you, okay, we all need something. So what do you need now? Then I can provide you, then can build this connection, then will make me, oh, thank you. How can I help you?
Exactly.
It's a natural thing between people.
Yeah. And just be strategic about it. You know, I don't know, we said start local. So find the local promoters that can help you reach the next steps by booking you. So go to them and don't be like, hey, book me. But like I said, go to them and hang out, meet them. And you all, besides music, you have some specialty, I don't know, marketing, graphics, video editing, photography, whatever.
Lots of friends.
Yeah, exactly. Go to them and be like, hey, you know, I can do this. I can, I don't know, bring in some people. I can, whatever, you know, be creative and then do this a few times. And then, I don't know, at some point you will end up with them at an after party somewhere. And then they're like, hey, what are you actually doing? Then you can be like, hey, you know, I'm producing music. I actually produce music on your party. That's why I like to come here. And then be like, oh, hey, interesting. Okay, so this guy helped me a lot. And then they will, without even thinking about it, they will offer you a gig next time. Warm up. Hey, you know what? Next party, why don't you just play the warm up? And there you go. Next step. And then from there, you have to rock, and you know, or not rock, but do like a very good warm up, and then
you need to rock. You need to have a focus as well. Like, you need to have an idea what you want. Where do you want to play? With what artist do you want to collaborate? You need to go deep and observe the people, then relate with that artist. For example, sometimes
you need to have a list. You need to write these people down. You know, you need to know these people. You need to follow them on social media. You need to know what they're doing. So when
you need to know his best friends. Sometimes getting the best friend, the sister, the whatever, it's more easy to become friends of a friend who always going tour with that person.
Yeah.
Than any other thing. It's
Again, it's very strategical. No, like no, write down your goals where you want to be. Also, you should write down if you want to play at Awakenings in 10 years, you should write down, I want to play at Awakenings. And then you break it down. How do I get there? Okay, I need to, to play at Awakenings or to play at Tomorrowland, whatever music you make. I need to be with this booking agency. How do you get to this booking agency? You need to start releasing on this label. How can you release on this label? You need to release on these smaller labels. Okay, how can you release on these smaller labels? You need to have a few gigs. Okay, how do you get a few gigs? You start local, you find these bookers. And this is how you break down the whole path in like very small steps.
And you film.
Sorry?
And you film. They need to film. That is something then for me, like I was having gigs and I was filming everything. I think I filmed since my first gig. Terrible camera. But the thing is, how could I show how good I was in stage, because technically on the beginning was a disaster, but let's skip that part. But how could I show the emotion then I could bring in and the happiness of people if I had no footage? You need to have something, because artwork don't tell how you play. And another thing in Ugurian, we talked a lot about this. It's like production is one thing, but let's be honest. We can go to studio with a friend and do something, but DJing is a totally different skill. I don't know why some people have the idea that a good producer is a good DJ. It's no, and especially if you are not a superstar. I don't know what is your opinion, but for me,
to me, it's two different things. I don't know. I didn't even know in like the music scene they call it ghost producer. I think it's such a weird word, because in all music genres besides electronic music, it's completely normal that the artist is not the producer, that they have a team behind them.
Yeah.
I know I was in Hamburg last weekend. Last week there was it was called Reeperbahn Festival. It's kind of like Amsterdam Dance Event. It's a bit more for indie music. And there were camps, like writing camps all over the city, and like different studios where just indie bands and indie artists were just put together with singer-songwriter producers. And it's I don't know, I think the dance music went a weird way there, calling out DJs that don't produce. To me, it's just a completely normal thing, because the artist is just a product, and there's a product developer that develops the music. There's a graphic designer that designs a graphic, and so on. It's my opinion, but
I totally agree with you, because he have this thing, because I produce my tracks from the beginning to the end. Okay, do you do your videos as well? Like it's and sometimes for a DJ, and many old school DJs were DJs for long, like what sound, what break, like what works, what is your experience, but probably you don't know how to put together. And then obviously you have young kids who are amazing doing production, but the production is lacking soul. The soul of touring, the soul of seeing an empty club and you need to fish them, the soul, the tracks look like perfect games, like perfect pieces of art. But music, it's not just like a perfect production. It needs to have more inside. At least this is my opinion, and this is how I see it.
I mean, and if someone is making their own tracks and is like a studio geek, that's also fine. Then it's part of your story that you tell. But the story, then it doesn't have to be better than someone who tells a different story and who has a producer team behind it, and then is just a very good social media guy. It's just every artist is different. If producing is your thing and you're very good at it and you're very good in the studio and you can create a lot of nice studio content, then this is your niche. Like you're like the producer guy of artists, but then there's next to you, there may be some other kind of artist that has other producers behind them. And yeah, in the end, both artists are totally fine for me. I have artists that produce themselves. I have artists that have a producer team behind them. To me, it doesn't matter. It's more, it's the story that they're telling and the artist project, the feeling of the artist,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, thank you.
Does someone have, wait, I need to change and see you guys all. Does someone have any questions? It's time to put your hand up. Christina Bani. Hello, my love. Open your mic. No, your
Wait,
mic
I
is,
don't hear you.
you are
You're
muted.
muted.
Still.
Maybe you can unmute her. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Waiting for a DJ not to press the fucking unmute button. Thank you. Sorry, my bad. So I'm from USA. I've been a DJ for a year now, and I'm still like networking. What I've noticed now is I had 2 people that want to book me, but they said, and I gave them my availability, and they said, "Oh, we'll let you know." But I haven't heard from them. Is it persistent to send a follow-up email? Hey, like, haven't heard from you. Sometimes I worry that if I'm persistent with my messages, that it's gonna turn them off. Do you have any recommendation of what not to do in situations like that?
Yeah, it's a tricky one because you don't want to come across as being desperate,
Yeah,
but
but I really want to
you-
work there. So.
I mean, still, like, to me, I sometimes, I get by some artists that message me a lot. I get a little bit annoyed. Me again, but then at the same time, afterwards, I realize, oh fuck, man, this artist really stays in my head because they manage sort of to be just a little bit annoying, but not too much. And I think you need to somehow find the middle way to, I don't know, to reach out to them again or make it on a nice way, go to an event where you know that they're at the event,
Okay.
and then you're like, hey, oh, you're also here, nice, want to get a drink? Talk to them, and then be like, by the way, what's up? You wanted to book me, so what's happening with this?
Just always treat my bookers like I'm dating them. I don't want to scare them away, but I'm just inviting them with my company, and then whatnot.
Yeah.
Your date-
I don't know, make it natural. I think it's always best in person. So go somewhere where they are and pretend like you came there by accident, but you actually not because you knew that they were there. And then I don't know, you drink with them and again, like bring everything more on like a more friendly level. Not that it's not so business, but that it's more like you're cool with each other. You're almost friends, and then they start to book you.
So even with my messages, instead of like just being super professional, I'll be like, hey, like, how's it going? I just wanted to follow up. Hope all is well. Yada.
Yeah.
That's like better to change my demeanor a little bit. That way I'm not like coming on too strong to them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. More questions. I cannot see everyone. Oh, great. Yeah, I will listen.
Let's go. Hi, I just started 1.5 years DJing, but I started to do gigs, so I would be interested. Is there any like basic quota, or how much is the minimum or maximum starters earning? Because I'm really new in this, and I don't want to be like playing for little or I don't know.
Yeah, I think again, this is a really hard question because you don't want to play for free and you shouldn't play for free. At least when you're like, when the promoter obviously makes money off from you, you shouldn't play for free. But it's, in my opinion, it's okay to play if you're playing a warm up in the beginning to just play without a fee. But then, once you start to be booked more on like the primetime slots, I think as a newcomer, maybe 200 to 300 euros would be my suggestion. But then again, that's the thing. I'm not the booker here. I usually don't have so much to do with fees and everything. I don't know, Rocky, you
size of
probably
the
have a better.
venue as well, no?
Yeah.
So if it's a very small venue, is one thing, but if it's a mega festival, it's another thing. So.
I mean, yeah, it's if too many artists play for free, then it just kind of destroys the whole scene because then everyone needs to play for free, and you guys, especially if you do it full-time summer, you need to make money. Yeah, it's a very difficult part, but because if you like just 1 year in the game and you don't add so much if you don't bring friends and you just come to a point where they let you play the opening to fill in until there's like 20 people in the room, then obviously the promoter doesn't earn a lot of money through you. So your fee can be almost like nothing to, I don't know, 50 euros. But as soon as you play during times when the dance floor is really full and people are and everything, and you know, people start to come because of you, then you need to have a fee. And
I will add something.
yeah,
I will add then when I was going to try to get bookings, I will always edit my best moments on the parties and I send them,
yeah,
because it is important. Do they see it? It depends what kind of artist you are. I'm a show off pizza with pineapple, so no, you always get the shouting and the screaming and all that.
yeah.
So
I think for this you need to ask Ugor. He's the better guy to talk to because he's the agent. I have nothing to do with the booking, so
I need to bring him in. You know, he did not accept to talk another year, so I'm a lucky one. I'm the only one who have him. Danielle, I'm going to ask you. Adriana, I saw your hand as well, but Danielle, come on.
Adriana was first before me.
Oh, so Adriana, come. Sorry, my love.
Yeah, I try to make this short, okay? Okay, I have a question. It's like this. It's like this. I'm a classical musician for 30 years already, play classical instruments, DJing since 2000, but now came back because of Corona pretty fast again, back to tech house, and I'm booked every weekend, and I would like to try to produce. I already have ideas.
Are you playing around Cologne? I might come then for a party.
Cologne, only Cologne for now.
Which venues are you playing?
In Helios, in Keuschel-Klungel.
Message me on Instagram later. I might come by for a drink.
Yeah.
So now,
look, the question is, I have a very big problem with learning the whole Ableton thing and all this to produce. I'm used to
challenge.
No, please. I can learn, I can read notes. For me, this is it's the other world, you know? So I try to work with people that know the program, because you were talking about getting a teams for producing. I don't feel like learning this. So my question is, how difficult is actually to get to there so you get a team, a producing team, so you can be actually a composer? Because I don't see producing music as as you said it, as a producer, but as a composer, because you're composing the music basically. So I would like to be able to compose it, write the notes, even completely analog, but someone else to do the programming for me. How difficult is to get there?
You mean to find the right person that can produce for you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's difficult because you have to see producers, you have to see them as someone that offers a service, and these people, they also need to live. So you need to pay them for the service for you to make the track. So that's one way. And I know most artists, they don't have money like crazy. So that's a tricky part. The other thing could be from like a young age to grow with a producer, to pick up someone and to have them in your team from when they're actually not that good, but you have faith in them, you believe in them, and then you grow together with them.
So, okay, yeah, develop together. Okay, this is a very good idea. Thank you.
And
yeah, I mean, go like, sorry?
Use that as a baseline, as that first track as a baseline, and send to someone who is knowledge enough. So they can give you, like, maybe they can send that, if it is a good track, they can send you, look, let's improve this part or something else, or this person can improve this. So I went through that process many times. So I did working something, then I sent to my mentors, and they said, oh, it's not so shitty as you say, let's work on this, on that. So it happens a lot. And if you want, you will have it. So, and in special living in Cologne. So I don't think it's going to be difficult.
Or, I mean,
and I have contacts, you have contacts as well, for sure.
I mean, I have like a producer contact. He lives here in Cologne. He produces a lot of people. So but then there's the thing, because he produces like from Compact and like bigger guys. He definitely, and it's his full-time job also, and he also needs to make his money somehow, which is totally normal.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, if you don't have such a big budget, I would just have your strategy in place on which labels you want to release. Then you go to these labels and you check for the small newcomer artists that are releasing on the label.
Mhm.
You approach them and be like, hey, I like your style. Can we do something together? You're a full-time producer. People that produce full-time, they have so many tracks that they just don't do anything with them. And you can always, find a deal that you get. I don't want to call them like the B tracks, but to get the A tracks that they don't like. So to
Okay,
speak.
I understand. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Again, know where you want to go and find your creative way how you can get there. And yeah.
Yeah, and probably build the connection with someone. Then you, like Dutch people say, click, because
Yeah.
then you can translate
Yes.
your classic music in a way. Then you guys can communicate.
Yeah, this is the actually main difficulty.
Yeah.
It's-
Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, you seem to be connected with the scene in Cologne, and
Yeah,
I know
pretty
in Cologne
much.
there are a bunch of producers. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're here. I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
we'll have a drink, and then maybe I can I can
For
connect
sure.
you with the producer guy.
Nice.
For sure. Thank you.
I'm happy and jealous. Okay, Danielle, come on.
Hi guys. Well, I just want to say one thing about the two different skills about producing and DJing from my point of view and my experience that I had. And well, I started DJing. I started after to produce with the quarantine, COVID. I started to produce a lot because I had a lot of time, and it's also because I wanted to be booked around the world, or maybe not around the world, but just in Italy, farther than my hometown. And so I started to produce to have a cover of the book. So, I mean, I know that to DJ, it's quite important to have the feeling, the relationship with the crowd. But I mean that it's also very important to have your cover can be booked. Am I wrong?
No, you are right. I think you are right. I started as a DJ as well, and I always will say that I always will be a DJ. I love the game of playing a crowd who don't know me, and I always say, I don't know if you agree with me, but I always say, then you see a good DJ in an empty club.
Mm.
That is where you see a good DJ.
Yeah.
There
The warm-up DJs. When I can listen to warm-up DJs, I love to listen to warm-up DJs, because this is where you can really see the talent. Everyone can play the hits, that's no problem, but to play the music that is not so pumping and to get the people to move with it's like driving a car and you're still braking, but you can move the car still. And then this is where it really shows talent.
Yeah.
I can just say that when I play, I never use hits. I don't like them. It's more about mixing, DJing, have the relationship with the mixing. For me, it's more important that to put some hits. Well, I can put 2 or 3 in the set, but the set is maybe from 60 or the 120 minutes. So
the set, the hits, you have always, depending on the dance floor, you always need to play to the girls. You need to play for the girls on the club. That is the thing. If you put the girls happy, whatever style you are playing.
That's why I pretty much time I have played Short Dick Man when there are
I know the song.
girls. It's a good track when there are a lot of girls. They laugh a lot.
Oh my god! Okay, good. Okay, nice. About that, I did add to the challenge today's 18, I think. Where are you? I did. Oh, Youngling. I'm saying your name correctly. Youngling. Yeah.
Yes.
So I remember that talk we had in our call. Then I told you how I prepare my sets. All that.
Yeah.
So I add that today 17 to the challenge. I think it's important for you guys to see my vision, how I prepare sets. And because I never did talk about that, I add that today 18. So it's slightly out of Instagram then, but it's about that. I will post on my Instagram as well, if you don't mind. I will have all the pleasure to share our conversation the other day. It's super interesting. Does someone have more questions?
Milana, I
Yes,
think, yeah.
I have. Sorry.
Oh,
But
you
but
again? Tell me.
Sorry. I have to ask because I actually have one, but then there was one addition to it. So you were talking about how to, once you reach the local scene, I want to ask you what's the next step? Because for example, in my case, I live in Lithuania, in Vilnius, and I became like a local star since last year, and I play in all major festivals and kind of the best club. I became a resident actually of the best club. It's called Opium. So
Okay, nice.
kind of regularly booked to play for them and also some other festivals in the area. But what would be the next step if I want to grow more internationally? I also have some connections with Belgrade. I go there sometimes. I played in Exit Festival in some, like a tribute maybe 2 years ago, like a first showcase. But so what is the next step once you reach this and kind of you have your own style and people start to actually come for you to like venues and they tell me like, you know, you receive some feedback, which I know it's really good.
I think, yeah, I think this really sounds to me that you're ready for a booking agency to, you know, that if you can really, if you like nationally play nationally, then I think it's, yeah, I don't know, Rocky, correct me if you see this different, but then you need to somehow find a booking agency that believes in you. And again, put yourself in position.
You believe in them.
Sorry?
And you believe in them.
Yeah, and you have to believe in them, and yeah, they have to believe in you. And because I mean, you can, as an artist, you can only grow so far without the help of other people. Like in the beginning, you have to do everything yourself, but once you reach a certain level, and it seems to me like once you play nationally in like clubs all over the place, and you play in like the bigger festivals, you've reached a level where in order to go more international, you really need to work with an agent. And then maybe to the agents, like your brand is not tight enough yet to really see something in you, to start to believe in you. So this is it's hard for me to judge because I don't know, like I don't know your artist project, and I need to follow. I would need to follow you for a bit longer, but maybe this is now you're at the level where you need to be, with the story that you're telling, you need to be a bit more tighter. With the social media, you need to be a little bit more better. And then you already have the bookings. You need to get most out of the bookings. You need to create really good content from the bookings. You need to release on like slightly bigger labels, and then seems like you're on a good way to from there to start working with an international booker.
Okay, and if I tell you that I have like a single I made with exactly the story you were telling earlier about finding a producer you can vibe again, and who is like a machine engine for what you want, but I haven't released it yet. So now I'm actually had a discussion to make illustration for it for one artist who is my helper in illustration, and then I want to kind of submit it for like and I follow the story, found a release and a smaller release company that could trigger you, but some advice there would be cool. And actually people who listened to it thought it was pretty cool and kind of liked it. So I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part of your question.
I have lost the story as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the story was that I have I made a track that's called Metatron. And today the name was born, but I made it with one producer from Serbia who is like 20 years on the scene, and he kind of helped me, and I paid for his work in terms of like the product. So I am the owner of the copyright of that track. And today I'm working with one a friend who is sometimes designing posters for me. So he's gonna make an illustration of the cover of that single. So I want to find my way to release it on maybe a label that doesn't have to be too big, but kind of in the niche of what it is. And it's kind of like electro, acid, breakbeat, and these kind of things that I play.
So you are asking us to put together a strategy for a release?
No, I'm just asking because you were saying earlier to this other girl that she should follow these steps to find the producer. So I already I've done it. So just what would be the next step for searching? Do I search locally, or I connect with those networks of the niche of the music that I like and ask them to maybe release
Oh,
it?
I would definitely connect with the niche of the music. What niche is it that you make? What kind of music?
So I play like it's kind of a mix of between electro and breakbeat and acid and house and kind of like that.
I would really stay
It's a
within this niche
milkshake.
because this already seems to me that you are in a very tight niche that if you just go to a regular tech house producer, they probably wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would really, you probably know all these labels best. Just check the artists that release on the label, and then you already have probably a pool of 100 people, and then you're cool with the people. And if it's a very small niche, then probably these people, they're also a bit smaller, which is okay. And then it's easy for you to talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And again, don't talk to them and be like, yo, can you make a track for me? Be like, hey, this is me. I can do something for you. And this
What
is how
do you
you
need? What
do you need? How can I help you?
How can I help you?
Yeah.
Fatia, you have time for one more question. Yes, go.
Yes, well, my question is a little bit
My women are on fire today. Let's go.
But my question is the same, but backwards.
Okay.
Like Milana, I live in Belgium. It's a small country that's also divided in two, the Flemish and the French part.
Yeah.
And I got signed on the second biggest label from Belgium, Deep House Belgium, called Magdalena. Plays a lot of tracks of Deep House Belgium. And I had 2 releases, but it's in a genre. It's ethnic, deep house, Afro, but specifically ethnic because I'm from Morocco. I have Moroccan roots. So you've got ethnic instruments in it, but they don't play it here. So you say go first local, but there are not many places where you can
Okay, that's
play that now. And I started that alter ego because I'm a DJ since more than 20 years during COVID, and I did live streams, and a lot of people they did, but now to get well also because of COVID, the clubs will be open from 1st of October. But Belgium is known for hardstyle, for techno, for dance, Tomorrowland, very commercial, and this genre is not really represented. So how do you go from, if you say you first have to have a local base and then you go abroad? Because I've got the feeling a lot of DHB other artists, because we did 3 events, DHB artists, and it wasn't really a success because it's all the same type of organic melodic techno with then influences like me of something, and it's like people don't get it here. I'm not ready for that genre. I like it. We're not gonna see this because we don't really know. It's not, I don't know, appealing, or it's not known enough. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Is it, let me ask you this way, but there are, like, if you don't only look at Belgium, but let's say in Europe, or like, are there festivals that play this kind of music, parties that play this kind of music? Are there like certain hotspot cities where this is happening, or what?
Yeah, so in France they do, and in Spain they do, Marbella they do. It's a lot. It's really more to south thing.
Yeah. Then
There
maybe your local scene is there, but I mean, it's tricky because you can't just fly back and forth the whole time. But then you first need to get established in, for example, Marbella, or in these like on like a local basis.
You need to build a community. You need to see what clubs, what venues are playing. You need to look into the followers of that venues and start building connections, even for calibrating and understanding if it makes sense to put your energy there or not. This is me as social media sides. This is how I will do if he cannot be in my country. Like, I did not want to play in my country. And I did a big mistake. For me, on the beginning, when I became a pioneer ambassador, for me, my thing was to play as many countries as possible. And then obvious, I had fans from all over the world, but I did not have a community. So I did not have a currency. Then I could fill a club in a specific city. So, but I don't know. I'll think then you should know more or less what cities play that kind of music, and look into and evaluate, because it's slightly change. It's different than being on your back, in your garden and play next door.
Yeah. And I mean, where I grew up, there was not much of a scene, and then I left. I went to Amsterdam. So I know it's hard to relocate. That's a huge change in your life, but maybe then would be a solution to go where there is a scene, or you just try to create a scene where you live. But this is super hard. Then you need to put in your own events. You need to do proper promotion for the events, and it's tough, but it's also possible to do it this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Last question, I think. Sunny, do you want to talk? Yeah.
Hey, Sunny, what's up?
You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Yes. I'm good.
Hey, man.
I have 2 questions.
Where are you from, Sunny? I know where are you from, but just say it.
Yeah, I'm from many places. I live everywhere,
Yeah.
But I'm originally from Nigeria, but I'm Italian. I'm Nigeria. I'm based in Berlin. I'm based in Vienna. I'm based everywhere. So I don't have a home.
Okay.
Yeah, also being a sound designer and a studio engineer, so I'm always everywhere. My problem as a DJ has always been, I have a moment where everything goes up and then it drops. So I can have, when I DJ in Berlin, I have a moment in Berlin where I'm playing every weekend and on the road. And then I have a moment where everything drop. And I realize those times everything drop is because I don't get much in contact with the organizers and the people I know there. And then, and sometimes they make party, but I'm not the DJ playing there, but they want me to be there, and I'm a studio rat, I have to stay in the studio. So I have this habit where I only leave my studio if I have to work. If I don't want to work, if I'm not working, it's hard for me to go out and, start to meet and everything. So this kind of affected me a little bit.
Do you want to be a DJ, or would you prefer just to be in the studio?
Yeah,
that is the main question. Do you want to be a DJ?
I want to be a DJ.
Why you want to be a DJ?
I mean, I don't know. I personally, I hate standing on stage. That's why I'm not a DJ.
No, I like to be a DJ. I enjoy it because I love to see the people have fun and dance, and and I enjoy it. It's something that I like to do. The goal was to produce music and then DJ. But sometimes it's kind of heavy for me trying to in the studio DJ. When you're not DJ, you're invited to join them in the event, and
there are a lot of DJ duos. One of them is rather the producer, and the other one is rather the networker. So there's one guy that always goes to the after party, and the other one is rather in the studio, and they just form a DJ duo together.
Okay, so this is something that I started working on. Because I used to think, you can release your music in top labels around the whole stuff, and then you're gonna get called. But really, it doesn't even work like that anymore.
No.
I used to think so, that you can release your music in all the toppest level and then you get called, but I stopped many years thinking like that.
Ugur on his call said something that impressed me a lot. More important than the label is putting DJs playing your tracks, and have that.
Yeah. This is true. Then I thought about, why not make your own events? Now that I'm in Italy since the COVID, I'm in Milan. I was like, why not start making your own event and and working with other DJs and stuff? Maybe that could be an exchange of favor also. And
so this always helps, like exchange bookings.
Yeah. Build your own community there.
Yeah. So I started thinking also building having your own community, because I know when I left Italy, I think I left Italy. I started traveling out of Italy 2016, and all the friends I left behind, they kind of started building their own community, and now they're doing fine. Most of them play around and stuff. What I wanted to do, I left it behind, and they started doing it, and it's kind of working for them. And I felt like maybe that could also help me, but I realized at the end of the day, this business is all about networking and knowing the right people.
Yeah. I will say to you two things. You are in 21 days challenge, right?
I'm not in 21 days challenge. I'm just hearing about it.
No, I know, but I mean, you get inside of the 21 days challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I mean is two things. One, you need to define why it's important for you to be a DJ and how many sacrifices are you open to do to have more gigs. Because if your reason to be a DJ is really strong, you go there. And then two, you don't forget to come to our calls on Thursday, and we can use the magic tapping of the knees to tap around that and change that problem. For a positive thing.
Okay. And another question is, as an artist or as a DJ, what about releasing your music, working with the blogs like DJ Mag and Face Mag, all this blog, writing, putting out articles or whatever about an artist release, and does this help the artist get a booking agency? Do agency go read on these blogs and stuff like that on this website?
In my opinion, it's a part of the whole thing, but it's not the most important part. It's
what is the most important part?
I think the most important part is, like you said, that other artists play your music, and that you're just, the industry, they talk about the industry. Like I'm friends with a lot of bookers and other managers, and we talk about, what's up, who's playing at this festival, or did you see this guy? Like, you start to see names more and more often once you're in the scene, and all the music people are in the scene. So this is what I mentioned earlier before. It's, for me, an artist, it's impossible for an artist to sort of build up some hype without me noticing, because I'm following the scene. I know what's going on. I know which artists play where. Especially I look at the opening acts, because I know that this is where the talent is hidden. And when I start to see an artist over and over again, like on small, like the lineup, like somewhere on the bottom, like very small, like I notice this because I'm interested in this. I'm in the scene, and then I see releases coming around. I see other artists playing music. I might see a Facebook or Instagram ad that's timed the right way so that this ad reaches me from this artist. And I'm like, oh wait, I've seen this artist here on this lineup. This DJ over here played the track of the artist. Now I'm getting advertisement of this track. These are all like building blocks, and they all together. And then maybe an article by DJ Mag might also be a part of this. This just creates like the whole package for me then to be like, yo, wait, I know this artist. And then I'm at an event and I'm backstage, and then the artist is there, and then he introduces himself. Hey, I'm artist XY. And I'm like, yeah, I know you. I've seen you here, here, and here. And then we already have the connection.
Okay. Then is it important for artists to keep all these files? If a DJ play your music and you happen to find out, keep them. If an article is posted about you, keep them and make it as a package and send to booking agents.
Document everything.
Document, yeah, exactly. Documenting them.
Have a Dropbox with all things that come out from you, about you. Claim your Google Knowledge panel if you have. Like that, for example, many of you guys want to be verified on Instagram. All that things need to be on place. Because you need to have press about you. Your name needs, be careful as well if you have a DJ who have a similar name than you. That I constantly see this issue happening.
We have it with Magdalena. There's another Magdalena who's a hard techno DJ, and it sucks because constantly our releases get mixed up with her.
Really?
We have artists
Yeah, I
that
think
want to
she's in
follow
Berlin.
my Magdalena that follows this Colombian Magdalena. It sucks. It's super annoying.
Yeah. So try to be sure that your name is not in conflict with other name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, for example, when my name was Rocky G, I was always getting mixed up with hip hop. So it's one of the reasons why I changed my name. So it is a point. It is a point. I think we learned a lot. Mr. You must be very tired. We are very happy to have you here.
I'm a little bit tired. Yeah, I like to go to sleep early. I'm a very boring person during the week. By 10, I'm usually in bed.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
so
okay.
much
I enjoy
time
being with
from
you.
you. Was so nice. You are a rock star who don't like to be on stage.
Thank you.
I'm a big fan of you. I'm a big fan of your work ethic, and yeah, I love to work.
I work a lot. I work 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. So
yeah,
if you want to go somewhere, you really have to work hard.
Very impressed with you guys. Can we say thank you to him, please? Like him.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
When you see me somewhere, don't be afraid to talk to me. Come and have a beer with me. I like to interview
And
people.
follow him on Instagram and annoy him there. No, I'm joking. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. For the ones who want to know more about the festival, I'm just going to upload this to a platform and share the video with everyone. And if you are in the 21 days challenge, just WhatsApp me, or I left my WhatsApp here on the chat, please. I'm doing again. Here it is. WhatsApp me and I will explain how you can be part of the rest. Okay. So you, Adriana, I will come back to you. We know.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thursday.
Yes, thank you, Rocky.
Welcome.
Good night.
Session.
Bye, Rocky.
Love you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you later. Thank you.